Now we want to speak specifically to the people who are feeling their life force, who are feeling full body orgasms. So often what happens is when you start feeling these shakes in your body, sometimes when you dance or when you make love or you're at a workshop, often you're the only person in the room like, woo-hoo. Or you might notice that since you started feeling your body a lot, that your lovemaking is really very satisfactory and that you have these amazing like hours and hours long of orgasms, which is amazing byproduct of having this kind of like, we can say Kundalini awakening to the sensation that flows through the body. Now I see a lot of people who are waking up. I see them at the workshops. I see them at the sexuality workshops. And I see it in my friends. Yeah. And then we speak about this energy that's moving through our bodies. This energy. And now I'm asking, okay, what is this energy? And why are we connecting to it? All right? Because I sometimes feel that we wake up and we sort of left in the cold of what do I do now? So I believe that it would be a good idea to gather in circles with other people whose energy is also awake. The one thing is to make love with other people whose energy is awake because, oh, la la, there's so much learning with the energy that happens in the energy. So we're still speaking about this energy that we're feeling. So what is this energy? And this energy is for real, like for real, for real. Our connection with God. But they're not God outside, but God inside. The divine within. This is like what we've been working on all the time, is the divine within. So what I'm inviting us to do within ourselves, and I'm thanking 2.5 years of celibacy for this insight. Because when we're moving it with a partner, it's often, very related to only staying present to the partner, and it's fantastic. But then when we actually connect to this energy in the internal meditation, we realize that we can meditate into this feeling, and you can read Eckhart Tolle's Power of Now. He speaks about the inner body. In chapter 6 and the beginning of chapter 7, the inner body is the gateway to pure consciousness. And he also speaks about these levels of awareness that we go through. And then, so I believe we feel this energy, which we call the energy, and we feel the full body orgasms. But what is it and why are we feeling it? And then there is this further process of really just meditating into the inner body, and realizing there is this awareness within. And for us to connect to it within ourselves, because it aligns us and it nourishes us, and it's such an incredible blessing. And I feel once we can feel it and we can meditate with it and even make love with it and so on, feeling this like stream of consciousness flowing through our bodies, then we can start practicing. How do we do it in real life? And I'm telling you, I'm doing like little experiments. It's quite a wonderful experiment to try and become present, really. I suppose a lot of people do it. But the results are really interesting. And life just looks different when we align with this energy within ourselves and we go, oh, this is a higher consciousness. And not that we're better than everyone else. No. There's a kind of like a dropping inwards. Just a very simple awareness, and it carries so many blessings. So on another level, I feel I have a desire to have circles of us who are feeling this energy, for us to come together in small circles I'm even imagining something like 5. You start with 3 or 5, and then later 8, and then later 12. But you start small. And you find a safe space to, and this is, I have done this. We were 4 friends, all our clothes on, only our knees touching, and going into this beautiful state because we'd all done the practice, and feeling how this light moves through us as a group in a non-sexual way, even though it's very sensual. And I'm going to say, like, we went into this like full body orgasm for 5 hours without touching each other, but it was the awareness. You call it orgasm, but it's really like this awareness that runs through the body. Yeah, so I'm feeling this kind of like what I call counsel is good for us. It's a tribal action because each person has such unique gifts and a different way of expression. And I feel that, yeah, if we come together and we see each other's light and we nurture it in like, how do you move it? Oh, I move it like this. Or have you ever tried moving it like this? Or have you ever tried this thing in real life when you stand on the beach, you do this and then you feel it again. And you do these like reminders for each other of how to connect with it, and we validate each other's connection with the divine. And we can even, what I see it as prayer, but it's more like just connect to the light of being. And one can put prayers in as like love and so on. So I feel this big question that arises for me when I see so many of us waking up. And with waking up, I mean not being better than anyone, but just waking up to feeling divine life force flowing through our bodies and making this our spiritual belief about how we are. So I'm seeing a lot of people doing this, and feeling it through their bodies like I do, like in these waves. And then you always feel like this freak. You sort of hide away. But I feel if we come together and we simply, it's almost like you do this dance together, this dance of feeling. And I feel we've got so much to learn from each other. And when we can connect in this meditation of connecting to the divine, in this mutual life force feeling field. Oh my word, that's so nourishing for us. It's so good for us. So I feel us people that are starting to like, ooh, feel the life force, have the shakes, we can guide each other and we can teach each other so much. Thanks, guys.